Are you thinking about selling your house? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about how to prep the exterior of your home to maximize curb appeal. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Andrew here with the Lake Team in Houston, Texas. Welcome back to another fantastic video that we have for you today. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And we try to produce the best real estate content to put out to you guys each and every single week. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic, which is how to prep the exterior of your house for the maximum amount of curb appeal. Okay, this one goes without saying, but the very first thing I want to say is landscaping. Oh my God, landscaping. Trees, bushes, flower beds, everything, like rocks, what does your exterior of your house look like? If it looks like a total dump, you might want to go ahead and start getting a landscaper out there to fix it. Maximize that curb appeal, go ahead and trim those trees. You don't want trees covering your entire house, because no one can actually realize and appreciate the true beauty of the property that you have, right? So trim those trees, get those flower beds, put some new mulch in there, trim those bushes up if you have any bushes in there, in the flower beds or whatever. Trim the bushes up, make sure those are nice and square and they look pretty. And the next thing I would do is add those colorful flowers to those flower beds, right? Spruce it up, spruce the place up. If you don't have any rocks around your flower beds, now would be the time to consider putting some nice little rocks over there. If you're a DIYer such as myself, you can probably just go to Home Depot and pick up some rocks, throw them in the back of your truck or van or whatever you have, and drive them to your house and put those rocks out. Next up, we have restain, refinish, or paint your front doors. Right? If you have a painted front door and it's starting to peel and it looks terrible, now's the time to go ahead and knock that out, paint it, and get it looking nice. If you have a wood door that was stained and the stain is just old, where it's coming off on the front end of it, it may be best go ahead and get it restained and finished now. That way it has that nice brand new glossy look once it's all finished. And that's a very good first impression when somebody walks up to your front door. It's like, dang, it's a nice door. Next up, we have pressure wash the driveway. If your driveway has a bunch of oil stains all over the place or hasn't been pressure washed in decades, right? It's completely black and just mildew all over it, whatever. You need to pressure wash it. Get it nice. Get it back to, spruce it up to where it looks nice and new. It's fresh, it's clean, right? So the next, pressure wash your driveway and get it over with. If you're a DIYer, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's. Maybe not Lowe's, I don't think, but Home Depot and certain Home Depot locations in Houston, they allow you to rent tools, power tools, and you could probably pick up a pressure washer for as little as 90 bucks to rent it out, or go buy one if you don't already have one and get to clean it. This next one is not going to pertain to every single body, but if you have a pool, keep that sucker clean and replace any damaged components that may be on the pump or any valves that need to be replaced or whatever the case is. If maybe your pool needs a full-on resurface, I don't know if you want to go that far with it. But also when it comes to pressure washing, make sure you pressure wash around the pool too, because that stuff gets a little janky as well. But any missing components, any problems with your pumps or anything like that, or your cleaners, go ahead and get that stuff knocked out now. That way your pool is nice and pretty, especially in the summertime, because buyers will probably want to just jump straight in and they're probably going to throw an offer at you right away. Next up we have is knock out any deferred maintenance that you've been putting off for a long time. My friend, now is the time to get this done. We're talking any deferred maintenance with the HVAC system, if it's filters or if it's anything that's outside in the condenser unit that needs to be replaced, whatever. Fascia boards, soffits, siding, anything of that nature. Get all that deferred maintenance stuff knocked out now, because it will come back in the inspection report, I promise you. And 9 times out of 10, if there's an issue, buyers are going to have a freaking field day with you and request a million items for you to repair, and all it's going to do is just piss everybody off. So I would suggest go ahead and knock out all those deferred maintenance items now rather than later. Next up we have windows. This actually goes a long way. Even though you might have blinds or drapes over them, it's best to go just clean them, right? Here in Houston we have a lot of humidity, which sucks, especially in the summertime, but that humidity causes moisture and all that stuff, right? So the windows will start to get mildew and mold or just green stuff all over them on the outside. So just get some Windex, get some paper towels, walk outside, walk around your house and just start wiping everything down. You'll be surprised. You're like, dang, this, I mean, if you haven't cleaned them in forever, trust me, once you clean them, you're like, dang, these windows look nice. This looks really good. And so buyers will take notice of that as well. Your windows are up, they're kept up well, they're clean, they look nice, they're pretty, they can see straight through them rather than looking at a bunch of mold and green stuff all over the place. Nobody wants to look at that. So get some Windex and some paper towels and knock it out. When it comes to pressure washing, again, we touched on that a second ago, go ahead and pressure wash your brick and your siding or your fascia and soffits, whatever. Just pressure wash that stuff too, right? You want to get, if your brick is nasty and moldy as well, get it off there. Go ahead and pressure up. You got the pressure washer out anyways. You're doing the driveway at this point, right? So go ahead and pressure wash your brick if you need to. Get some of that mold or black stuff off there. And then if you have any siding like hardy plank and whatnot, mold loves to grow on that stuff too. Just go ahead and just spray it off. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't take too much. You're not going to damage it if you don't just shove the wand right up on it. But I mean, if you spray it down with some soap or some bleach or whatever, you can get that mildew removed very easily. Next up is actually probably the most expensive part, but it's also vitally important for curb appeal. Not curb appeal, but I would say backyard appeal maybe, and curb appeal depending on where you're looking at it. But fencing, man, with the price of lumber, I mean, that's expensive. It's very, very expensive right now. But if your fence is just absolute garbage, I would highly suggest talk with your neighbor, see if you can split the difference with them. 9 times out of 10, neighbors were like, yes, this fence is awful. Let's go ahead and get some quotes on it. So be careful on who you hire too. We're looking at, I think some recent quotes I had was like $26 to $28 a linear foot. That included labor and materials. But always get your own quotes, always find your own contractors and things of that nature. If you need any recommendations, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to help. But fencing is a big cost, and so sharing those fences with your neighbors, you could also share the expense of doing that. And put yourself in a buyer's shoes too. If you walked out to a backyard and you're like, this backyard's actually pretty nice, I like it, but dang, this fence is garbage, needs to be removed. There's a negative thought that's in their head already, right? So now they're weighing their pros and cons, now their wheels are turning. But on the flip side, if you had a brand new fence, right? Not everybody could afford it, I understand that, but if you had a brand new fence and they go outside and you're like, dang, this backyard's actually pretty nice. Look at this fence. I don't have to spend money on this fence. This is fantastic. Let's throw an offer at them, right? So keep that in mind. Everything that the buyer sees, you want them to have a positive attitude, not any negative thoughts. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video regarding the exterior of your home and prepping it. I mean, this list can literally go on and on and on. I could talk for hours, but I'm not going to. I'm sure there's some more examples that you guys are thinking of in your head. That's okay. This was just a quick video I wanted to make to explain some of the major components of prepping your exterior for when it comes to selling your house. So let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comment section below, or if you have any other topics that you'd like us to cover. That's fantastic. We love suggestions, so please reach out to us or leave a comment as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below. The Lake Team tries to produce the best real estate content to put out to you guys each and every single week. And with that being said, I'm Andrew with the Lake Team here in Houston, Texas, and I'll see you guys next week.